Friday, June 28th, 5:28 p.m. New York time. Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. We just finished half the year. Just finished the second quarter of the year. Welcome to the third quarter. So just ended the month. I think it's important to look at the higher time frame, top down. Look at one of the oldest U.S. stock indexes, the Dow 30. 30 largest publicly traded companies, value worth billions. That stock index is very diversified, but it only has 30 companies in it compared to the S&P 500, compared to the NASDAQ 100. Still represents broad market because, again, it has so many different sectors and companies that are worldwide. So we're looking here at a 20-year chart, 20 years of history, and each candle's a month. This year, we made an all-time high, the stock index. The stock market's bullish. This month, it closed as an inside candle. That means the high and low never took out the prior high or low. That means indecision. The market doesn't know right now what it wants to do, if it wants to go higher or lower. Indecision. What we have here is a huge consolidation, building energy for the next breakout. So we know last month was the all-time high, and this month was the inside candle. Going to compare that with the 30 individual companies alphabetical order. Apple, this month, all-time new high, outstanding. Apple is doing better than the stock index. Amgen, this year it did make an all-time high, but it hasn't broken it yet. Still outstanding at this year's all-time high. Amazon, this month, all-time high, beautiful. I shared that with my Patreon members early on this year when it became a new member of the Dow 30 to be buying it on the dips. Dollar cost average. It's going to be higher at the end of the year. Very nice. Amazon replaced what is called Walgreens. They took off Walgreens and they added Amazon. And here's Walgreens, new low for the year. Terrible. So, winner, Amazon. Shame on you if you're buying Walgreens still. Shame on if you're still holding Walgreens. But you continue doing that while I invest in the winner, Amazon. American Express, outstanding this year. New highs. This month, lower high, lower low. Boeing, what don't you know about it? It's got a lot of problems. Here's the high, past several years. Here we are right now, bad shape. But what it did do was make the first green month this year. Higher high, higher low, broke above that inside candle. Interesting, right? This high was back in 2019. Seems like a long time ago. Do you remember who the vice president was in that year? Do you remember who the president that year was? Do you remember who the House Speaker was? Some of us do. Caterpillar this year, all-time new high. This month, lower high, lower low. Salesforce, inside candle for the month. Okay, this year made the all-time high. So takeaway right now is many of these companies, just like the stock index, made new highs for this year. Doing better than all the way in the history. Cisco, there's the high, 2022. Look what happened. Made a new low for this year, as well as took out the low of last year. That's bad. Did close green, still lower low, lower high. So time to adjust this down. Here we go. Chevron, red. Look at that. Last year was the high, and that prior year was high. Disney, red for the month, lower low, lower high. Dow Chemical, way below the highs for the prior years. Red, lower low, lower high. Very close to the low this year. Goldman Sachs, this year, they make a new high for the past 20 years, inside candle for the month. Home Depot, off the lows, of the lows of this year, struggling. Yep, struggling. Honeywell, wow, same thing. Oops, sorry. Let's cue that in now. There we go. Honeywell, new highs for the year. Took out the high of last year. Wow, outstanding. Big turnaround. Broke above this consolidation. IBM. Well, this year, here's the high, and we're near the lows. And there's the high 2013. Intel, garbage. Wow. Near the lows of the year. Inside candle for the month, which is really interesting. Inside candle, almost a dodgy candle. The bottom of a trend, dodgy candles. You know what that means? Potential reversal. You think Intel's going to reverse here? Possibly. That's a trade idea. Yep. So this big red candle is what's called a big body impulse move down. Because that was impulse move down, that's bearish at that particular time. Used a lot of energy to get down there. A lot of energy. And most of it is a body. First, some of them have big wicks. Big wicks. This is a body, big body above average. So if it turns around and does retracement, one place on the upside, I'll be looking for a potential target. It's midpoint. Midpoint, 50% of that body. If it starts trending up, potential target on the upside. A little insight. I made a video of the stock sector called technology. And in that technology sector, there were 9 industries, and I went in detail which is the best industry. And they included semiconductors. I highly recommend you watch that video. I just released it this morning to my Patreon members. And if you're on YouTube, well, maybe you'll get to it in a few days when I decide to post it. If you want to watch it real time, it's on my Patreon page. Johnson & Johnson, 2 months back-to-back inside candles, indecision. JP Morgan, past 20 years, new highs this month, inside candle. Coca-Cola Company, new high for the year, still below the highs up there. McDonald's, look at that inside candle. And notice there's a lot of inside candles. Well, this year made a new high for the chart. It's back near the low. Isn't that interesting? Made a new high for the year there, and it's sold off since then. Lower highs. 3M, inside candle. Way below the highs. Merck, the chart shows made an all-time new high here. And this month, all-time new high. And then sold off. Microsoft, outstanding. All-time new high, strongly, full. Again, technology. We saw Apple, Microsoft, nice. We saw Amazon. Many of them this year making all-time new highs. Versus Nike, garbage. New low for the year. So we took out the low of last year. Wow. We took out the low of 2022. New low for the year. If you've been with me on Patreon for several years, you know I shared this as many trade ideas, trading bearish to make a profit on the downside. We did very well on that. Nice. Yep. Procter Gamble, all-time new high. Strong like bull. And the Travelers Company. Yep. Coming off the high. So that chart's all-time high, but trending down. Interesting article I mentioned about them. At them eliminating insurance policies on many automobiles or homes or both along the shorelines of Florida. Less revenue. They were half. They were also have exposed to less risk. United Health, inside candle for the month. Huge consolidation there. Visa, yeah, for the past 20 years, it made the new high and currently trending down. Verizon, wow. Green for the month, huge consolidation, building massive consolidation. So look, here's the low of last year's. The low of last year's. Trended up, reverse, huge consolidation. We still haven't tested midpoint of that one. Nope. And pretty much see this green candle? Most of that consolidation is inside that. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. The overall trend is down. So this is a retracement, and one expect all this energy is building there, struggling. More likely it's going to have a dump at some point in time. So another communications company called AT&T used to be on the Dow 30, and they dumped that years ago. Look at that, same thing. It's struggling way below the highs. Whereas, like I said, Verizon struggling. And Walmart. Look at the chart, all-time new high, outstanding leadership. So again, the index, inside candle for the month. Many stocks, all-time new high for this year. Many of these, we saw inside candles. Long-term investing, I recommend buying on a dip, these good stock indexes. Swing trading, day trading. Well, that's my other videos. Again, very risky, putting all your eggs in just these single stocks. Better performance, less volatility, on the good indexes. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.